Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm finally coming around to doing my lip filler video. So this is all about my lip filler experience. So if you want to watch and find out all about my lip filler experience, then please keep watching. So I really wanted to film this video last week, but I was ill all week with a head cold. I was literally in bed all last week, so finally I'm sitting down and I'm going to film the video today. So I guess I'm going to first start off with where I got it done. Got my lip fillers done in a place in Jesmond which was called Avenue Skin Clinic, and I will link everything in the description below that you need to know about this, about the clinic and the woman that works there and all of the little things that you need to know. So it's just one lady and she's called Abby Stacey, and it's her clinic. She does all of the procedures there. Lovely, lovely, lovely lady, like so nice and down to earth, and she made me feel so at ease as well because I was super nervous because it was obviously my first time getting lip injections, so I didn't really know what to expect and I was quite nervous about the pain at the time. But yeah, she was really good and really helpful and let me know everything. So I'm just going to do exactly what I did with my nose piercing experience video and run through exactly what happened, like the whole procedure. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage of the procedure being done, but I do have like a clip before I got it done so you can see my lips before. So if that's any good footage, I will put it in now. Today I'm going to get lip injections. It is the 18th of May and my appointment is at 1:45 and it's currently 12:15, so it's in an hour, about an hour and a half. I don't really feel nervous in the minute, but I know I will be when I get there. So I'm really nervous about the pain, but I'm also really excited because I've been waiting so long for this, and I was originally supposed to get them on the 4th of May, but that was a huge mix-up and I didn't end up getting them done. So now 2 weeks later I'm now getting them done, so fingers crossed everything goes well. I will just show you a close-up of my lips. Okay, so that's before and I will speak to you. And then the rest of the footage I have is after the procedure, so I'll just run through what happened first. So I think if I remember rightly, my appointment was at 1:45, and just for some extra information, my appointment was on Thursday the 18th of May and today is Wednesday the 31st, so it's almost exactly a fortnight since I've had it done. So yeah, my appointment was at 1:45 and when we went in nobody was there, like the door was open, so we just went in and she just invited us straight into the room, and she sat me down and asked if I wanted half a mil or a mil, and I asked for a mil because prior to that I'd had a consultation like a fortnight before, maybe a little bit longer than that, maybe it was a month before, and she told me like the difference between half a mil and a mil, and she basically said half a mil doesn't really do anything. She said it tends to be older ladies that get half a mil just because it lifts their upper lip up a little bit. So I opted to get a mil, and the first thing she did was put numbing cream on. So depending on where you go, some estheticians, whoever is doing your lip treatment, will use numbing cream and some don't. Some just prefer to do the procedure without numbing cream, but I was pretty thankful that she decided to use numbing cream. I had known prior to that she does use numbing cream because one of the girls at college has had her lip fillers done by her before, so yeah, so she put the numbing cream on and then she just asked me to fill out a form. So that was like if I'm allergic to anything, if I bruise easily, what medication I'm taking currently, just like the general things, like if you could be pregnant or breastfeed and that kind of thing. And then to just sign and date to make sure you've read through all of there's like a declaration kind of thing that you've got to read through, and it basically says that you will not like sue the company, something like that, and you've got to sign that. And then the numbing cream was left on for about, I would say, not even 10 minutes, and I accidentally went like that and got it on the tip of my tongue, so my whole tongue was also numb. So that was pretty fun. So yeah, my whole mouth was numb, so she just asked me to go onto the bed, and then she took the numbing cream off and she put like an alcohol thing to sterilise the lips, and then she basically started straight away with the procedure. So I got Juvederm, which I think is the most popular lip filler. There's also something beginning with an R, but she basically asked me what filler I'd want, and I said Juvederm because that's the one I've heard most good things about. She also gave me a little leaflet which was just about Juvederm, like it was nothing like really important, but yeah. Also, Joe was in the room with me. He was allowed in. It was a really big room, so that made me feel more at ease. So I was super nervous to start off with. And you've got to sit in a kind of funny position, like you're not sitting, you're like, it looks like a dentist chair, but you've got to sit basically like pretty much sitting up. So I just closed my eyes, and she started the procedure straight away. The filler itself has numbing agent in it, so as the needle was put into my lips, the numbing agent was being released inside my lips. She started off, the first injection was here, and then she did one more here, which hurt a lot more than that one. I don't know why that is, but it hurts more in the centre of your lips. And then she did one here and then one here. And then she came over to the side and just did exactly the same, but on my left side. And that was the first ½ ml. The pain, for me personally, everybody's different, but the pain was not as bad as I thought in any way whatsoever. I thought it would be really painful, but it honestly wasn't. It was probably like a 4 or 5 out of 10 because it's just a little bit nippy and uncomfortable, and you won't understand it really until you get it done, because I was like, what the hell does uncomfortable mean? When people were telling me I was just uncomfortable, but you don't know until you've gotten it done. But it's not painful in any way. It's just like a ooh when it first goes in, and then you can't feel it when she's actually putting the product in, and then taking the needle back out, you can't feel it. So then after I'd had the ½ ml done, I started to get this really like sick feel, like I thought I was going to be sick, which is funny because every time I get my blood taken I feel the same and I have to like take a break. So I don't know if I've got like a phobia of needles that I don't realise, but I thought I just had a phobia of blood, but maybe it's a phobia of needles also. But yeah, so I had to take a little bit of a break, like a 10-minute break. She gave me a bag. I was alright though. She gave me a chocolate biscuit as well, and then I was totally fine, and then we just moved on to the next ½ ml. So once I'd had the bit of a break, the next ½ ml she did was the same as before, so the 2 on this side, 2 in the bottom, 2 in the upper lip, and then 2 in the lower bit. But she also did, now I can't remember if it was just 1 in the middle, I think it was 2, so like 1 there and 1 there, because I can kind of feel it, like there's not any filler like here, right in the middle. Well, obviously there is filler, but that's not where it was put, because that's a lot flatter than the rest of my lips. I think there was 5 or 6 put into my bottom lip, and then she did my cupid's bow, so she did 1 there and 1 there either side, which really made my eyes water and was a lot more painful than the rest of the injections, which was kind of weird. And she said people tend to feel that a lot more, even though your lips are completely numb. And also I just want to say the second ½ ml that she put in didn't hurt at all, because my lips were completely numb by then. But yeah, the cupid's bow kind of just felt like someone was pinching my lips really hard, so that was like a lot more uncomfortable than the previous thing. So yeah, then she just like got me to look at it, and they looked so much better already. My top lip just looked so much plumper, and my bottom lip was huge, and you'll see that in the videos after. I was happy with it, but I was also aware that I looked absolutely ridiculous, but I was happy because they looked plumper, but I knew they were really swollen. After that she cleaned my lips like a lot. I think she was using the alcohol or something, but she went over my lips a few times and made sure to massage the filler into my lips and get rid of any lumps that had came. So just for you to be aware, if the person that's doing your lip fillers doesn't massage your lips, go home and massage them yourself, because that can be bad if they don't massage your lips. Just make sure to do them yourself. Also in the aftercare, she did say to me, if you do find that there's any lumps, just massage them out yourself, and if you can't do it, come back and I'll do it for you. She basically said you can take anything to get rid of the pain, but I'll get into that after. So, and take arnica. You can take arnica tablets or cream that you rub on, and if any of you know what that is, it just helps with bruising. It helps get rid of bruising and swelling. So that was basically the procedures. Then we left, and then when I first got out, I looked in the mirror, like in my phone, and I said, I look absolutely ridiculous. Like, I was happy with it, but at the same time I was like, I look like a monkey, like a baboon. My lips were huge, like it was just not good, and I could tell that everybody was looking at me and it was making me so insecure. So that's just one thing about it. Like, you will not get the result you want on the same day, because you will have fat lips. So yeah, I think we went to Costa or something. We might have gone to Costa, I don't really remember. Anyway, when I went home, it seemed to take so long for the numbing cream to wear off. So it must have been like about 3 hours later when I could finally like feel my lips. But I couldn't eat or drink for most of the evening because it hurt, like on the sides of my lips, hurt to like stretch them. I couldn't drink because I couldn't like purse my lips together. So my dad had to go out and buy me some straws, but I explained this in some vlogs, so if I've got any vlog footage I will include it now. But I just wanted to mention that once the numbing cream had worn off, I was in so much pain and I couldn't take tablets because I couldn't drink properly, so I didn't end up taking any pain relief tablets until like right before I went to bed, and I finally just gave up and made myself try and take them with a straw. But yeah, I will put any vlog footage that I've got in now of after the treatment when I was in a lot of pain. Okay, so I'm back home now, and it's been about an hour and a half since I finished at the clinic, so I'll just go near the window. So this is what my lips look like about an hour to 2 hours after my appointment. So they look crazy swollen. My bottom lip is much swollen, more swollen than my top lip. I have like a little lump here, but it's tiny, and a tiny bruise here. So I'm not really massively prone to bruising, so I don't have crazy bruises, but it probably looks really ridiculous right now. So they will swell more tomorrow, and then from tomorrow onwards they will start to reduce in size, and it can take up to 2 weeks for them to go completely down. So if you're thinking, oh my god, you look ridiculous, they're really swollen at the minute. Okay, so it's been about 4 hours now since I've had my treatment, and it's really hard for me to eat. All I've been able to eat is these salted pretzel sticks from M&S, and even then it's still really sore. I haven't been able to drink anything, so I'm really dehydrated. My dad's just gone out to buy me some straws so I can have a drink, and he's also buy me some pasta because I think I'll be able to eat pasta because it's soft. It should just like melt in my mouth. But yeah, it's really sore, like especially in the middle of my bottom lip and the top of my top lip, which is weird. So it's like the center is the most painful area of my lips. It hurts to speak, it hurts to eat, so it's not great. I should probably get some frozen peas or something and put them on my lips to help the swelling go down. So it's a lot later on at night now. I just wanted to mention that nobody who does these vlogs when they get their lips done tell you how painful it is, like the healing process. I'm in so much pain right now. I've had an ice pack on which felt amazing, but then as soon as the ice pack was off, like, my lips felt worse. My bottom lip feels 2 times bigger, so I think it's swelling a little bit more, and it's so hard to eat and drink. I've got a straw that I've got to do that, and it still hurts. I can't take painkillers because I can't drink properly. It's a struggle, that's for sure. So the day after that, the pain went. It was just for the evening after I had my lip fillers done. I was in a lot of pain until I took the painkillers, and then I was fine. I also held some ice onto my lips for a while in the evening before I took painkillers, and that really helped. It just hurt a lot more when I didn't have the ice on my lips. So yeah, it's really complicated, and it takes, that evening is quite hard and you start to regret it, but it's good in the end. So the day after, I will try and put a picture in. The day after, my bottom lip was huge, it was so big. My top lip had gone down a little bit, but my bottom lip looked ridiculous. My bottom lip was quite big for like the next week, and my bottom lip's definitely still bigger than my top lip. I think in total it's taken until now, really, until a full 2 weeks for the swelling to go down, and the nurse did say that would probably be the case. So what I'm going to do is I do have lipstick on in the minute, but I'm going to just come up close so you can see what my lips look like now, 2 weeks after the treatment. So I guess that the big question that everybody asks is it worth it? And would you get it done again? I think I am going to get it done again, but just for the simple fact that I don't think my lips look a lot different than they used to. Before I had lip fillers done, my top lip, personally, to me, I don't think my top lip looks any different. And but everybody that I've spoken to says that they think that it looks different, but I guess I just don't see it. I guess I don't see myself from the side, so maybe it does look different, but I don't think my lips look that much different. So I think spending £220, or that's how much it was for me, to get a full mil for my lips not to look that different is quite a lot of money. Half a mil is 150 where I got it done, but it varies. It can go up to like 400. It depends where you go, really, but it tends to be between 100 and 200. The only thing that I would really want anybody to take away from this is only get it if you really, really want it, because it doesn't really make that much of a difference. It's supposed to only last between 6 to 9 months, and then your body will dissolve it itself. So if you do want to carry on getting it, you've got to get it done again after 6 or 9 months. So again, that's like about £400 a year. But I just wanted to quickly mention where I got my lips done. You can do monthly instalments, which is what I'm doing. So if you're a student like me and you only have a weekend job, or you just don't have a lot of money, you can do monthly instalments. So you can pay it over 3, 6 or 9 months, and it's super easy to set up. So I'm doing mine over 6 months, so I'm paying about £36 a month for my lip injections. So that's another thing, like if you wanted to go and get a top up in like 3 months and you were doing the monthly instalments, it might get a bit complicated. So it's probably easier to do the whole thing at once, but it's personally was better for me to do it in the instalments, just because of I have a lot of stuff to pay for, and I only get a certain amount of money a month, so it was a lot easier for me to do it £36 a month instead of doing 220 straight off the bat. So that is an option for where I went if you are interested in going there. Might make it a little bit easier for you. I don't know how many places do allow the monthly instalments, but definitely do your research. So yeah, I think if you are wanting to get lip injections, definitely do your research and make sure you look at loads of different places to get it done, and make sure you know exactly what you want. And yeah, I highly recommend where I went because she was lovely. There was nothing that I could say bad about the procedure at all. She was really, really professional. So like I said again, I will link everything in the description below about the place that I went, and about prices and paying and everything I've mentioned in the video I will have in the description box, just in case you missed anything. And hopefully I've covered everything. I think I have. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I will see you soon for a new video. Bye!